Bitcoin is at the edge of making a very, very strong move, even though it has been boring for literally 3 weeks to actually a full month. However, I have a feeling and a hunch that right now we are very, very close at a breaking point in Bitcoin. We either see a strong pump or a very, very strong dump. I'm going to cover both the best and worst case scenario. And also, I have 4 setups for you guys. I have 2 longs and also 2 shorts, very small scalp long and short, and also higher time frame short and scalp Bitcoin. Let's not waste any time because Bitcoin will move very close and very soon. Even though the camera seems to be wanting to cut off, I'm going to cover the market right now. As you can see, let's move the webcam, as you can see, guys, quickly and talk about the market, and then I'll try and turn it back on. Anyways, what a bad beginning of the video. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to maybe turn the camera off. I think last time we had turned it off, waited a couple of minutes, and then turn it back on. Anyways, thank you, guys. Let me hear the comments now that I got the chance to take a look at them. We got Travis. Yeah, 2 lives, guys. Thank you. Rhonda, Renata, hello. I wanted to bounce. Like, I felt good. I wanted to treat you guys with actually showing up and maybe making a nice video. All right. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to stop talking. Go behind the camera, turn it off, and then we might be turning it back on after a minute or maybe 10 minutes. All right, let it cool down a bit, and then we'll turn it back on. So give me a few seconds here. All right. Anyway, so we'll go on without the camera, and then we'll turn it back on once it has or did cool down. I'm not sure if it did right now. Anyways, give me a second here. All right, thank you, guys. Anyway, so we got Salam. All right, Navix Farm Man here on Saturday. That is very delightful. Yeah, guys, to be honest, I've always made content by making little videos, but I also wanted to go live. Right? Why? Because I want to talk about very important stuff, and also because we might be looking into alts. I literally just changed the title like maybe a minute after like launching the stream. So right now, if everybody wants to check, refresh, you'll see the title says trading Bitcoin and alts. All right, so we might go crazy and look at little coins here and there. All right, breaking the norm on the weekend. All right, Salam. Wow, we're getting the weekend champs crypto stream. Yeah, guys, that's very. Don't hold me to it, but we'll try to keep it going for as long as we can. Orienta nice to have you live here too. Thank you, Orienta. Thank you guys for showing up. Obviously, most of you guys have been, or you did watch me on the weekend show. We did quite well. We covered everything, but I mean, honestly, here we'll be going easily in more depth stuff. All right, and also I'll get the chance of having a conversation with you. Tarek, the Moon Show. No, I didn't. I literally went live on the weekend show less than 15 minutes ago. So if you check the Moon Show, you'll see me there. I spent close to an hour. We've covered quite well, extensively the trades. But right now, I also want to mention the trades with you guys. Give me a second here, and then we will go and talk about. I missed it. That's fine because I'll cover everything that we covered there as well, and also I'll go more in depth. So this one will be more, to be honest, like more comprehensive and also clear because obviously in the channel everybody knows the way I trade, everybody knows the stuff that I talk about, so it would be easier for us to clearly go and speak about stuff that we want to. Anyways, give me a second here. uh give me a second. All right. I open a short on Bob. Should I close it? Please help. I could get liquidated. To be honest, Taha, I mean, if you're risking liquidation, then obviously you gotta close it. But if it pumps from here, don't be mad at me. All right. I saw Moonshow also. Yeah, I think most of you guys were there. Something new must be up since you broke the norm. To be honest, nothing much, but I just felt like we could be going live and just having a chat here since I have time on my hand. It's a weekend, guys, and also because I would have made a video out of this anyways, right? Hadn't the camera had shut down, so that would be nice. I mean, if we spend 30 minutes or an hour, think about it that way. I mean, technically, yes, like. making a video doesn't take me much, but just because it needs to be uploaded, it needs its own thumbnail, title, then to be honest, it would take maybe 30 minutes. So if I go live for 30 minutes, that would be like very similar to me opening a live stream very quickly and then ending it off at the 30-minute mark. So I saw Moon Soya, I think, noticed I am short on salt. Should I go to market? I'm not sure, but I haven't heard of the salt coin. All right. Well, take a look at random coins, guys, but maybe not salt. All right. At least give me something that I've heard of. But let's start with Bitcoin. Obviously, most of you guys are wasting the weekends watching me twice after we go on the moon show. So let's not take a long time here. So let's go and talk in depth about Bitcoin and where Bitcoin is going. Why did I decide to make a video? Because I do have a feeling. Now, I didn't want to make it too clear on the moon show, not because I want to hide it, but just because I do understand that I gotta be cautious and maybe like not say stuff that may be taken in a wrong way, because obviously everything will be held against me. But I gotta be truthfully honest that sometimes this movement like gives me a bad feeling about jumping to 78. Like, this is only a feeling, right? So please don't be sharing based on it. I'm only sharing it here because I want to just share with you guys my like thought process. All right, so that doesn't make me do anything like different. Like, me sharing the idea that I have a hunch that I will go to 78 is only because I feel bad about how long it took us and how like much we had failed to go above and finally get a pump. Like, obviously, yes, like when we talk about it, like this is bullish. Like, us getting like a bullish structure for the past, I'd say, like month is very, very like good. But like, I've seen it so many times of this happening, calling it bullish, and then it literally fakes it out all to 78. All right, I don't trade patterns, but I mean, all beginners will tell me, oh, it's a falling wedge. All right, obviously this doesn't mean anything, but just to entertain those who want to use it, then I mean, it doesn't do nothing here, because you were exactly okay. All right, that would be, but to be honest, that's very bad, because that, like, beginners would say that there is a bull flag, a bear flag, right? But that's very bad, because like you're essentially saying that Bitcoin go to like 60K. Also, because I'm against this in general. Please don't be using the falling witch thing, because this is because give me a second. I'm going to try and turn back the camera. All right. I think I speak better when I have the camera on. So give me a second here, guys. All right. I think we will be back now. Give me a minute, or less than a minute. Sorry, 5 seconds. All right. Webcam. All right, we're back. Thank you guys for being patient. Hopefully it doesn't cut off again. When will you broadcast in Arabic after this one? So the crystal ball finally spoke. It is kinda, yeah, but don't take it too like too seriously now, right? Or too serious now, because it is, I'm only speaking here out of like being truthful of how I feel. But that doesn't mean I'll do anything else, like different, right, guys? So please understand. Uh, Give me a second here. That doesn't mean like the reason why I didn't share this with the Moon Show or on the Moon Show Weekend Show, because I'm truthfully won't be doing nothing with this information. Like, I'm not going to short randomly just because I have a feeling it's going to 78, because like every technical thing is saying is good, or Bitcoin is good. Like, let's recap everything that is bullish on Bitcoin. Now, obviously, the easier thing or the closer thing to talk about is obviously the thing that I've literally spoke about for more than 2 weeks, which is us making higher lows and then higher highs. Everybody understood this, and this looks bullish. Not only because it's like higher lows and higher highs, but also because it was done on such a higher time frame. And by time frame, I mean period. So it doesn't matter if you take a look at the 1 hour or daily time frame. This is still technically, let me see, exactly 22 days. So that's the point of like why I hate looking or overemphasizing the time frames or over caring about them, because it doesn't matter what kind of time frame you're looking at here. They all will tell you this is a 22 day long period. Anyway, so that is good. So we're making higher highs and higher lows, all right? And also because obviously we're still holding on into the anchored VWAP. So technically lower time frame, both are looking good. We haven't lost both of them. And also to add more bullishness into the recipe, obviously we do have the volume profile value area low. So just because I want to be truthful here, I don't want to confuse you guys and maybe not scare you much. You gotta understand that right now we are right now above support. Like the structure is bullish. We are above anchored VWAP. We are above the value area low. So everything is pointing towards higher. Understand this. Do nothing with it, but understand it. And also understand that I have a feeling it's going to 78. Why? I'm not sure, but just a feeling that I cannot technically break down. That's the first thing. Like, I'll tell you one thing that maybe I'm not here like trying to like hold this as a secret, but I truly don't have a reason. That's why Living Summon is like jokingly saying it's a crystal ball, because I truly don't have a reason for it. First of all, because I've seen this happen again and again, like throughout the years. So obviously that's not a reason to trade. That's why I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that it will definitely go down, all right? And also mainly why I think we might drop, mainly is because obviously now is leaning towards lower, because we had lost the point of control. Like, forget about the bearishness on a higher time frame. On a lower time frame, on the volume profile, we do now have lost, or we did lose actually the point of control, which is at 91.4, and also like kind of went below even this point of control high volume area, right? Or sorry, not a point of control, but also higher volume area. So like we're literally below this section of the chart, which had lots of volume, all right? And that was literally like, sorry, lots of buys happened on the FOMC. So I do know and understand that lots of buy orders are still stuck here, all right? And the price started giving us rejections. So on the lower time frame, if I had to guess, now that's a more accurate crystal ball. If I had to guess, we're probably going to go to 87, right? So that would be a guess, or that would be a prediction that is more true than the other one, which is 78. 78 is just a feeling, but yeah, that would be a prediction of seeing lower, right? Obviously, don't trade based on this. I'm just sharing it with you guys because I wanted to be truthful anyway. So that is a prediction. So with that being said, assuming that this does happen, assuming this volume profile gap does play out, all right? Obviously, I'm not going to do nothing with it, but I'm just sharing the ideas of why I'm going to be happy if I manage to catch a short somehow, because I want to be ready and capture the gains of any possible downside, all right? So now on the lower time frame, think about it this way. Ahmed is saying he has a feeling for no reason. Plus, he has an understanding that the FOMC caused buys at the high. Plus, he knows that on the local time frame, we are below this very high section of volume, right? Plus, he does have a hunch or a prediction or a bias on the lower time frame to go to 87. And at 87, I do understand that taking a long would be very like possible, and I might be actually long it, but like there's two things that could happen that would still result in us going to 78, right? If we go actually to 87. Now that is a very big assumption, because we can still maybe get a little long at 89, catch the long, all right? So please understand that I'm not here to give you a prediction, right? I might be long in this, then maybe shorten this and taking. That would be the most perfect scenario is this, by the way, guys. Why? Because as I've mentioned on the weekend show, for those who didn't catch it, I did speak about little longs and shorts. Now, obviously, I'm going to repeat them, all right? I mentioned a potential long if we fake out the low on Thursday and then reclaim the low on Friday, so go above 89.7. That is a little scalp long. And I also did mention a little scalp short. So that is a scalp short at 91.4, a scalp long at 89.5, all right? Obviously, it requires a fake out. So don't long 89 or the hit of 89. You gotta wait for a hit and then a reclaim. If reclaim never comes, then wait for a lower. Anyways, so disregarding all of that, all right, assuming we either like get long, short, doesn't matter, but assuming that we go to 87, all right, and we visit 87, 86, we can get a long. Obviously, I have a high expectation to get at least a half good reaction at this section, so I might be long in 87, and it might even give me a nice long. But I also have a feeling that even if we get a long at this section, what will probably happen if we're going to see higher, hit 89. I'm just giving an example here. Hit 89, for example, and then the price will see like hit resistance and then go lower. All right. So I have a feeling that even if we go to 87, even if I'm ready to long, even if the long is taken and makes me money, it won't be staying for long because I do have a feeling it's going to 78. Right. But it would be very easy for me. Like, how would Bitcoin could make my life very easy if we just go to 87, never get the chance to long, and go to 78. That would be the easiest thing, right? So hopefully, guys, you have understood that I'm not here spreading FOMO, or sorry, not FOMO, FUD. All right. I'm not trying to like tell you guys to sell here. Please don't be shorting randomly. We are technically still above the value area low and the anchored view up. So don't let my feelings on a random Saturday decide for you where you go, whether you're going to short or long. But just understand, keep at the back of your mind that at least on the lower time frame we're leaning towards 87, and Ahmed is for some reason telling us that he has a feeling we're going to 78. All right, think about it this way, because like I'm not going to brag if we get it right, and I'm not going to say I got it right wrong if I like longed 87 and like made money. Like, trust me, guys, there will be a possibility that someone gets over scared, if that's even a word, of us like going to 78. They will probably sell here, and then they'll see me longing at 87, and if we get a bounce here, they'll see me like happily making money, and they'll be stuck left out because they sold. So don't let my not prediction, my feelings, right, make you do something that I'm not going to do. Like, obviously, I have no like, I'm not going to respect my feelings. If I catch a long at 87, it pumps to 100k, I'm going to be long and happy making money. So understand this. I understand the like the bias, or not the bias, the feeling, but don't be like affected by it. Just be ready for it. All right, that's the main thing here. So just to quickly reiterate, I want to cover the potential longs and shorts, guys. By the way, where's the mouse? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe oh, sorry, the chart is stuck. Wow. Thank you, guys. Your screen is frozen. Thank you, Dennis, for paying attention. I think it's very funny how Zloty is looking for the mouse, but it's the whole screen that was glitched out. All right. Don't tell me it was literally frozen from the beginning of the live stream. Obviously, nothing was like too important to show. We literally acted as a podcast here. But anyways, let me turn it back on. For some reason, it glitched out. All right, now we're good. All right, let me see. We're moving. All right, we're bouncing. We're lagging a bit, but we're still moving at least. Thank you, Zloty, and thank you also, Dennis. All right, sorry guys. The CME gap at 3022 will be closed. I have no idea. Yes, for sure. It's good that you didn't speak on my show. There are a lot of people there who may not know you. Here we are already a group. Everything is clear. Exactly, yeah. On the weekend show, I mean, yeah. On the weekend show, I want to simplify it, explain longs, explain shorts, buy this, sell that. That's the idea in the weekend show, right? But on the in our community, I've told you guys that I literally can talk about stuff and not do them, right? So I can speak more freely and maybe share the ideas with you, and we can discuss and have a conversation and maybe find even holes in my bias. All right, that's totally fine. I will also be taking a 5-minute break in 1 minute, right? So please bear with me, guys. If you see me gone, I'm going to have a counter on. Don't worry, I'm not going nowhere. I need a break, if you know what I mean. Crypto is a nightmare. Yes, but I don't. To be honest, if someone asks me what you do, even though my channel is Chaps Crypto, but I make money by trading in general. So I couldn't care less if I'm trading crypto or oil or whatever. All right, I do happen to like love crypto, use crypto, buy crypto, but I mainly make money by trading. Hold on. It's great that you give us short information on Telegram. It helps us a lot. Thank you, Renata. Thank you for your appreciation, and thank you for noticing that. I try my best, guys. Obviously, I'm literally in the weekend at 8:37 p.m. Dubai time, going live after spending an hour on the Moon Show. I'm trying my best. Obviously, a one-man show here. No one is doing nothing but me. But thank you guys for appreciating the stuff. tomorrow is Sunday. Usually we do bump. Do you think we may dump after the weekend? I don't like to think, right? Even though I literally gave you a feeling, but I don't like to have feelings based on like time, right? So Sunday, Monday doesn't matter to me. No worries though. Thank you, Salam. Yes, it was. Yeah, thank you. We have been because like it didn't matter because I was literally zooming in and zooming out. So the info was all said, not shown. That's good. I want to also take a look at the alts, guys. All right. We've been doing lower high and lower lows since December 10th. So your feeling is justified. Yes, and that too. Like obviously, yes. Now, thank you, Mitwali. Yeah, on the lower time frame, this is also true, right? Now, obviously, like see how interesting it is in the market that you can literally spot a trend change by going a lower time frame. Because obviously, for a lower low and a lower high to be made, we gotta make little ones within the bullish trend. Like even though this looks bearish, but we still like on a higher time frame look good. This is a part of the high, all right? So yes, we will be changing structure on a lower time frame till we get to a higher time frame structure shift, all right? So obviously, like we didn't go from one day to another with a drop immediately. We started slowly. Obviously, yeah, we do admit that this drop was mainly caused by a liquidation cascade and a poor management of trades and stop loss by Binance mainly, right? But even prior to that, we had lower highs and lower lows, right? And even like within the section of the chart, I'm pretty sure that if I go on a 15-minute time frame, you'd start seeing the change after the fake out of these highs, right? So even the bullish parts can look or have a tiny bits of changes that would tell you that the market is changing. uh Give me a second, guys. Thank you, Vicky. I'll take a look at the comment or your comment, and also I'll take a look at odds, but I gotta go. By go I mean just give me 5 minutes, hopefully under 2 minutes, but I also try and like give myself a bit of more leeway here or more room to take my time anyway. So 5 minutes and 55 seconds, I'll put a counter on. Just watch. If someone asks for me, just tell him he's gone for a bit anyways. All right, and we're back even before the time ended. I think it took me 3 hours, 3 minutes. That's good. Thank you guys for being patient and also for sticking on the stream. I see people leaving, but that's quite understandable. Anyways, so let's go back on the chart. I also want to look at the comment section, but before that, let me see what is going on here. By the way, guys, just before I forget, I added more to my short on ETH. All right, I literally did that at the same current price as it is at not right now. If someone didn't long, no, I don't want to tell you long now, but to be honest, like I'm I'm treating it as its own short, but just because I forgot, to be totally honest, I forgot on ETH to make it separate, isolate it separated on weeks, so that like forced me to add the short as extra, or sorry, as a combined entry with the previous one. So if you remember, guys, yesterday we had the short taken on ETH at or on maybe like 3200, 3200.6 or something, like at this section. All right, but just because I added more, the entry got dropped down, but I didn't care much, to be honest. All right, anyway, so that's it. So I just want to be truthful by saying that I added more to my short. Can someone take the short now and put the stop loss above? Yes, they can, but I'm not sure. You gotta understand that that would be a different trade, all right? Not a totally different one, but it is indeed a different one, right? So please understand that. I'll take a look at ETH on more depth. Just let me take a sip of water, and also want to cover the trades again. G3 said, since your chart stock, can you explain again long and short scenarios? All right, so I didn't say much in terms of like actual trade setups. I was mainly talking about the bearishness and bullishness and what will be this and that, right? So that is easy because all I said is that Bitcoin is still kind of bullish because we are above the anchored view up from the low. So the bullishness or the bull trend or uptrend, better said, uptrend is still intact. All right, with us still above the value area low that was basically pulled from a full year worth of price action, and we are still doing higher highs or making higher highs and higher lows. So nothing is bearish yet in terms of actual like facts. All right, but all I said again in terms of actually what makes me have a feeling or a hunch that we're going lower is multiple things. First of all, that on a lower time frame, we also well, not all lower time frame, on the last 30 days, guys, if you're using the volume profile, we are below this huge section of volume. All right, so that was where the cluster of volume was at, and we are below it. All right, so technically, obviously, the most important thing is the point of control. So that's the main thing. We are below the point of control, but also as sorry, in general, this whole section is high volume, and we also have a gap in volume in between the section and 87, right? So that would make me feel that as if, or that would make me feel that we're probably going to 87. Not a prediction, but that's the hunch. And also, I said that in the FOMC meeting, lots of longs are still stuck up here, all right? So that would push or help liquidations happen once we go lower, all right? So, and at 87, obviously, I would love to try and long. I might even succeed in longing, but we either get not lucky, but we get the chance of having this long be a perfect long, and we go and revisit highs. That would be totally understandable because that would still be part of the higher time frame bullishness. All right, nothing will be like out of the blue, but also I'm ready for the long to be a long-lived one or a short-lived one, right? No pun intended. All right, short-lived one, and then we go lower, or we literally don't see a good bounce at 87, 87.2, 86, and then we lose 86, and then I'm going to be totally easily ready for 78. Right, so that's what was covered on the section where the chart was frozen. All right, you mean a short, or sorry, I think I've missed a few comments here. Taha said, guys, you should like the stream. Thank you, Taha. Vicky said, liquidation cascade can happen to the upside too. Yes, yeah. Obviously, if lots of shorts are open, if we pump a little, that would force them or liquidate the shorts, causing the price to go higher. What's called a short squeeze, and a long squeeze is the opposite of like lots of longs opening, them getting liquidated, and that would cause multiple longs to drop. Or sorry, liquidate. Sorry, so it's like a long closing causes a sell order. That sell order causes a push of the price lower. That push of the price lower causes an extra lower, liquidation of another short. Right, so it's like a long, sorry. So it's essentially a snowball effect of shorts and longs closing, depending on what we're talking about here. Anything like that ever happened in crypto? Yeah, multiple, many times on both sides of the chart. You mean a short squeeze, which is the liquidation of shorts? Yes, it is possible. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think 88 is a good for longs. Personally, I don't see an 88 reason. I don't see a reason at 88. But if you have a reason, then you're good. That would be totally nice. That's fine. To be honest, don't let me dictate what kind of trades you're looking to take. All right. But if you want me to cover again what are the trades, or what were the trades I spoke about on the weekend show, so I basically covered two little scalp ones and two bigger ones. Obviously, you would know about them, or you would know about most of them, but I want to just cover them quickly. The first two are very easy on the lower time frame. I said that if we go below the wick on Thursday, all right, so this one at 89, we hit the daily, fake them both out, even fake out the low of Friday. So take out the Friday low, preferably on Sunday, or sorry, late Sunday to Monday open, and then we see only if, obviously, if we go below, I do nothing. But if we see a reclaim, only if we see a reclaim of to 89.6, I'm going, or I wanna enter a possible long here. All right, so that is the potential long to be had as a scalp long. And on the other side, if price goes higher, now obviously it can either do this, give us a long and then give us a short, or just immediately go higher. So I'm not here trying to say if it's going higher or lower. I have no idea. Nobody knows. I'm just saying that if we go higher, I have an idea. If we go lower, I have an idea to long and short. Anyways, so the short idea would be basically us going back to this anchored VWAP pull, right? Let me see what it will be here. Right now, obviously I don't want to trick myself by having it here. That could work because that's technical high, not the best one, but I might have it here. Let's see. All right, so assuming this anchored view up, so obviously that shows us the downtrend, right? Not the perfect one, because obviously we had many ups and downs after, so not the technical one. I'd much prefer this one, to be honest, but that goes well with the idea. Anyway, so the whole essence of the trade is just hitting 91.4. I couldn't care less about the anchored view up at this specific situation. All I'm looking at is the point of control that we had spoken about from previously here. So as you can see, us retesting this, making the fourth consecutive lower high, and then catching a short. So that is the short I want to take, and that is the long I want to take. Both are lower time frame. I couldn't tell you which one will be activated. Maybe both of them will. I have no idea. I'm not here to predict. All I do here, guys, is, by the way, all I have to do on the chart, I put an alert at 91 so I can have enough time to react at 91.4, and I put alert at 89.5 so I have enough time to watch the price drop below the low on Thursday. And once we drop below the low on Thursday, I want to watch for a reclaim. If this reclaim happens, then I want to long. So this can be given, this can be given, maybe both will. Maybe I'll tell you an example. For example, like we can maybe go higher, catch a short at 91.4, and then never get a bounce at 89, see a quick drop to 87. That's very simple, guys. So please don't be like memorizing stuff. Understand the context and the reason and the meaning of me attempting a certain long, or sorry, a short and a long, but that doesn't necessarily mean that both of them will happen, any of them will happen. Just understand that this is a point of interest. Like, be ready at 89 to do something, and be ready at 91.4 to do something, right? If that's given, even. All right, give me a second. And that's the main thing, right? So these are the places. So we've got this section and this section too, right? So these are the potential trades. All right, now assuming that Bitcoin does go lower, as my hunch and the feeling are telling me, assuming we go to 87. Now I'd love it for Bitcoin to give me a bounce higher, give me a short before going lower, but assuming, or that's a very big assumption, we go lower. No, don't be short in this, for the love of God. I'm not saying to short. Don't be taking trades. I'm not explicitly saying that these are setups. All right. So there's no trade to be short in this one. All I'm saying that if we go lower, obviously, guys, we're not kids here, so just understand that I'm just pointing lower. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to start dropping from here. We could maybe go higher, get a short, and not drop here. And also, both of them don't mean that we'll 100% do it. All right. This is just me saying that if we go lower from this section of the chart, we go to 87, All right, I'm looking to long this section because it is the value area low, it is the NPOC and a high volume area at 87, 86, and that would be the first, oh sorry, the last defense of us like holding on onto the bullish higher low structure. But at 87 we either, as I said on the beginning of the on the stream, all right, we either lose 87, 86, and then I'm going to be mentally prepared to go to 878. Don't short this for the love of God, all right? I know that everybody like what waits for me to talk about a breakdown of a support and you want to short. No, this is not to be shorted, guys. You either catch along at 87 or you see it breaking down and you watch the price drop, right? Don't short the loss of 87. Don't long the break out of 91. We don't do breakouts here. You either try to catch along so that if we go to 91 and we somehow manage to break out, I hate this word because it has a connotation of like you want it to long. I'm only saying breakouts just to make it clear that we are going above a resistance line. All right, I'm not saying to long. Don't long. All right. Anyways, let me delete all of this and I'll read the comment sections. All right, or comment section. All right. So just understand that Ahmed has a feeling that we're going for some reason lower, either to 87 but also still to 78. That's a feeling, that's a pure feeling, not a technical thing. But in terms of actual money making stuff, we're talking about a potential long at 89.2, not the best one, a potential short that I love at 91.4 because my feeling will be like made better with me making money on the job, right? So this is a short at 91.4, a long at 89. As said, some can be given, some won't be given. I'm not sure. Maybe let me make it clear, guys, that we can literally drop quickly and not take a short or long. We can pump quickly and not take anything, right? So please understand this. Anyways, and on a higher time frame, obviously I need to re-emphasize and remind you guys of the short, long awaited short at 97, even if we go there, and a potential long if we go to 78, 76. Now that's very far away, so hopefully I'll be live streaming every single day, so please don't feel like you're going to miss out on a far ahead, very far away trade. All right, let me take a look at the comment section here. You mean, sorry, do you take trades on weekends? Yes, I do. It's not that I'm against it. I don't like it much because sometimes I'm not free on the weekend as much, right? But I'm not against technically taking a trade on the weekend if I get the setup that I wanted. Like I couldn't care less what time it happened on. I could care, but I do care, but not to a point where I don't take a trade, all right? Obviously, if in the perfect scenario, every single trade that I take is only from Monday to Friday after the New York session open, before the New York session close, all right? So that's the perfect scenario, and that could yield me a higher return, right? But I've tested it, and to be honest, it's very close, and it's better for me not to overthink the timing of the trades. BOJ going to hike apparently, right? Like we dumped, I don't care much, to be honest. Thank you though for sharing the info. All right, why do you use perpetuals instead of trading spot with bigger bag rather than using leverage? That's a smart question, very similar to it. Yeah, very smart. They're very similar only because of the trade management that is like literally made for futures. If somehow exchanges make futures trading or spot trading similar to futures, that would make it better. And also because it's very easy to like share the ideas across and show you guys the current trades. All right, so I can do both, by the way. Like, yeah, exactly, because like I can use maybe like you either, if you have $100,000, you don't need leverage. Mathematically, obviously you can do it to gamble more, but if you want to make money, then you wouldn't need leverage, because leverage is just a way of adding more capital to your potential trades. Amoto said, I understand your concept. Thank you. Arito said, sorry for the question. Nothing to be sorry about. Whatever the question is, I haven't read it fully, but please don't be sorry. I'm totally fine and happy, guys. By the way, I'm literally opening a live stream on the weekend. So how more happy can I get? So don't worry. Why below Thursday? What is the line? What the line is important. All right, smart. Fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. So I'll re-explain it because it's a concept that maybe it's not that easy to it's not that obvious. All right, so I do understand that it needs more explaining, and thank you for caring enough. Like, most viewers will take it for face value and say, okay, halas, he told us 89 is the place to buy. I don't need to question it, but thank you for questioning it anyways. So it's multiple reasons, all right? Not necessarily there's the low. I'm just saying it because it is the, sorry, I'll say it. All right, let me go backtrack and start one by one. First of all, we have the anchored view up, which is the confluence of this area. So see how it's at almost at the Thursday low. That's the first reason why I want to long here, or I'm looking to long here potentially. Also, I do have this daily level, right? That was never hit. Like, even though we had gotten very close to it, we did not hit it on Thursday. So these are like two reasons: this blue line plus the daily level. And thirdly, or third of all, also, the third thing is actually us taking the lows. All right. So I'm not necessarily like targeting a specific time. I'm not hating on the Thursday low. I'm just saying that this low on Thursday happens to be the lowest of them all. All right. So whenever you're trading liquidity, this is a very advanced thing, but just look up on YouTube liquidity and you understand. All right. The first low is the place where most stop loss will be taken out. So I need this low to be taken out, everybody to be stopped out, and then reclaiming this will be the sign for me to go, right? So it's not necessarily the Thursday low, just a low where we have liquidity on this section. And would it be a good idea to short 87? No, please no, please no. And you're literally, it's fine if you're asking me the question, but you also gotta hear what I said, because I'm literally, I read you're a very not long time viewer, but like relatively long time viewer, even though like the channel has only blown up for a month. So you're maybe one of the very first viewers. So you gotta understand that I will never tell you to short a loss of 87. I literally spent 10 minutes or 20 minutes right now talking about not doing this. And also on the moon show I said it. So don't worry, it's fine if you didn't get the idea, but please get this like an idea drilled in your mind. Everybody, guys, don't be shorting a loss of 87 whenever. Let me make it very, very easy and clear for everybody, and hopefully that will be the last time. It won't be, but hopefully it will be the last time I get asked about it. Every single time I talk about a resistance line, all right, if I happen to mention that if we go above it, we'll go higher, don't ask me about longing. All right, very easy, very simple. If I mention a specific support, all right, and I potentially mention that this would be a nice long, for example, if I mention also that if we lose it, we're going to go see lower, don't ask me about shorting. You can ask me, I mean, but please don't. Anyway, so thank you. No worries. I do enjoy these questions. Give me a second here. Let me go back to the chart. I wrote down the scenarios you gave us in the correct order, like a cheat sheet. If X happens, check for action. Exactly. Thank you, Mitwalli. Smart man over here. So thank you. You're doing it right. That's the way to go, because like lots of beginners, I'm not saying that you're saying that you're a beginner. It's very fine to be a beginner, but that's a thing that I also always get from beginners. So I want to cover it because Mitwalli is doing it quite well, and hopefully you get to his level. Anyways, I mean that lots of like comments from beginners would say like, oh, this guy, I've gotten this question a lot specifically and like more potently from the time I started the weekend show, like on the moon show. That's not bad, but yes, the viewership base on the moon show is on the beginner side. So someone coming up or coming on a weekend show with a broken accent talking about potential scenarios and multiple potential scenarios, it feels contradictory to the layman, right? To a person that only watches news and watches YouTube for entertainment, all right? And also only looks at the halving and maybe bases their buy and sells based on what Michael Saylor is going to do. And if they hear someone saying, if this happens, then that, it feels contradictory for someone who has an IQ below maybe 70, which is maybe on the lower side. And also if someone is not too delve deeper onto trading, right? So please, guys, even if you don't understand fully the concepts, I don't understand the liquidity, volume, it's a bit, like, it requires time for you to get it, but at least understand basic English. Even if my English isn't the best, but at least understand basic English or basic language construction, whether it's English or any kind of language, because I'm saying, just pay attention to everything that I say and how they never overlap. All right. A contradiction means something or multiple things that will overlap on each other. But whenever I tell you, as Matoli has said, that if this then that, if this then that, then obviously it is not a contradiction. Obviously, I couldn't care less if someone thinks I'm contradicting myself, but I'm just saying for the sake of you, as a viewer, as a trader, as an up and coming best trader in the world, hopefully you need to understand that I come up here talk about potential setups. All right, if this happens, do this. If this doesn't happen, do that. Sometimes nothing will happen and you do nothing and you won't make money, but you want those money. Anyways, do you want me to remind you about the week's offer? Sorry, yeah, Dr. Eva said, I think the offer was. Could you explain it more in depth? I'm pretty sure you meant like whoever signups gets a free fees for life, right? Maybe you can tell me how long ago was this, because I'm pretty sure like it's hard for them to make a profit if they're literally making the fees free. Maybe for a certain period, but literally there's no way it's lifetime fees. How would you trade 100k spot, buy and sell? Yeah, you can buy low, sell high. Obviously, buying and selling spot is like trading futures Bitcoin margin or coin margin, not USDT margin, right? Yeah, so you're essentially will be making your profit in Bitcoin if you're trading spot on Bitcoin, right? So you wouldn't be focusing on your USDT value going up. You'll be focusing on how much Bitcoin you've gained, and that would be also good because obviously Bitcoin on the long term does go up historically, so that would be also fine, all right? All in all, don't be stupid with all the respect. Wait for zones to play out with patience and only turn an opportunity into profits. Exactly. Like most of the beginners out there feel an itch to take a trade every single day. Like today, I enjoyed my Saturday, came to the office to film the weekend show, decided to open a live stream. I haven't done anything in terms of actually taking a trade. Why? Because nothing was given. Oh, sorry. I lied. Big liar. I took a short on Ethereum. Or not technically a short. I wanted to take a short, but somehow combined. Alright, so I lied. I did add to my short on Ethereum. Alright. But other than that, I did nothing. Why did I short Ethereum, by the way? Because I'm bearish on it. I have a feeling for no reason. I have a feeling on Bitcoin for no reason, but my feeling couldn't be satisfied with Bitcoin because no trade was given. But I saw at least Ethereum. Hold on a second. Maybe even the anchored view would be in confluence with it. Not necessarily. I can move it here and play it around, and obviously it's going to be hit. All right. But yeah, I mean, not even the anchored view, but I just saw the point of control. Hold on a second. This point of control being flipped. Right. Lost. And then we reclaimed it. Hit. See how easy it is? Obviously, I understand the context. I have a feeling. The feeling cannot be explained, but yes, now, and the feeling was basically based on Bitcoin and the weakness of Ethereum against Bitcoin too. Yeah. So also, yeah, and all Ethereum against Bitcoin has a chance to retrace all the way lower back, maybe 7% even. We have a lack of volume. That was literally the reason why we pumped quickly, dumped quickly, pumped quickly, dumped quickly, and again dumped quickly. So I can literally play it again. Also, we have still liquidity downside here, and also because Ethereum is leaning towards lower ever since we had faked out this major high. All right. So you can technically, or since the beginning of the live stream, I said you can technically take this short, but you gotta understand that the stop loss will be at the high. I made a mistake by forgetting that I have a combined option on weeks. Oh, by the way, I filmed the tutorial on weeks finally, so that will be going up. Don't worry. Maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, not maybe. Give me a second here. Yes, there will be an Arabic live stream in, I'd say, maybe 20 minutes max. Arito said, if possible, could you please show us your exo chart setting or what you check? Yeah, I will. Not now because obviously I need to set up my Mac, but hopefully once I get it set up, obviously Living's Funman will be reminding me. So don't worry, guys. As you see, I'm getting better. Like I'm live streaming on the weekend. That would mean that the Mac or the Mac Mini is getting closer to being set up, right? Not necessarily, but that shows you that I'm working. Don't worry. Anyways, so as said, wait for Christmas, bro. I'm not sure where Christmas is. Maybe 24th. Not sure. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure. Like I think 24th is the eve or something. Anyways, so as said, leaning bearish on Bitcoin, leaning bearish on Ethereum. I literally combined or added a short. Yesterday I opened a short here. Now I waited for a little bump, open a short here. So I'm literally enjoying making money on you good G. Thank you, Salam. Thank you. But I said I'm literally making money with ETH, right? Especially like, by the way, guys, I might try to long this like as a scalp. Like I scalped shorted this. I might scalp short a long 33 or sorry $3,034 this one. But to be honest, I'm going to be happy if Bitcoin goes to 87. That would be a 3% drop. Let me see what will this result into. That would probably cause Ethereum to go lower. I have not a feeling. That's a sorry, it's a feeling. I don't want to make it. I don't want to make too bold of a statement here because I've already said that Bitcoin will probably go to 87, and I also mentioned that it will probably go to 78. So I literally broke every rule by speaking my heart out to the, on today. But also, just because I did everything, I broke my rules, so I might as well do it on Ethereum. I have a feeling that ETH will go lower and fill the wick. Now, obviously, the feeling will be clear once we go and lose $3,030. That would make it very clear. But even here, I have a feeling it's going lower. To be honest, I'm just being truthful here. It may happen a time where you're going to be laughing at me because we lost money and Bitcoin pumped. But I mean, if I make money, it's going to be all known with you guys. So, nice live stream. See you guys later. Thank you. A Shorts, thank you for your comment and thank you for enjoying the live stream. CoinPulse said, do you analyze weekly candles on weekends? Currently, I'm seeing this week. Not necessarily, no. Oli said, I'm traumatized and broke. Choppy market is killing me. Hard to take a trade. Yes, so if you're seeing that the current market conditions are hard to take a trade in, that would mean that you shouldn't take a trade. Plain and simple. Obviously, it's easier said than done. So it's going to be annoying that a person on YouTube is telling you what to do. But please understand that if you're struggling to enter a trade or you entering a trade just because you want to made you lose money and you're like, in retrospect, you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't have taken trades because the market is hard. You gotta you get like the hardest thing about becoming a trader is learning when not to trade. Trust me, like taking a trade is easy. Everybody knows how to open an account, fund or deposit, enter long, enter short. Everything is easy, but not pressing on the nice green and red button on weeks. Hold on a second, where is it? Yeah, these blue. Obviously, the red one is not showing. Maybe that's a sign, but if the screen was fully not cropped, you would see it. So please, guys, learn not to trade. Alright. Only came to perfect chance to clean the bad habits. Thank you, Loving Fun. Bro, I keep taking so many longs with you, but never took TP expecting 96. That's fine. Obviously, you gotta learn to at least move the stop loss. If you literally took long every single live that I spoke about, but never lost money on them, but never made money, that's good. At least you're on the step one of learning. But at least you should learn also take a little bit of money off. Thanks, bro. Been chilling today. Thank you, Ollie. What is the best way to find out where support or resistance are on a specific crypto? That's the most. You're essentially asking me how do I learn how to trade or how do I learn how to do TA. So even though the question may seem easy or simple or short, unfortunately that would mean that you gotta maybe watch me for not years, a month or 2 or 3 fully. That would maybe let you understand everything that I have in terms of actually doing TA. Not fully, but at least most of it. Yeah. So, and also learning from other YouTubers, other stuff, other places. Learn liquidity, learn order flow, learn volume. I cannot tell you what's the best way to find supporters. It's not that simple. Yeah. You know, it may have been made to seem like it's easy, but it's not. All right. Mitwali said mental health and discipline are the hardest part of this game. Yes. Why? Because unfortunately and fortunately, both, all right? Money is both the means to an end and the means to an end and the means itself, right? So you literally need to lose money. Not literally, obviously you gotta have a period where you're learning on demo trading, but even if you, after you feel good enough to start trading with your own money, even with that, you're still going to be learning on the job. And obviously, in a regular job, you'll be wasting hours, maybe mental strength, but you wouldn't be losing money. Trading is the only discipline and the only skill and also the only field, I think so, not necessarily, but the only field where you literally lose money to learn. Obviously, you can start a business and lose it too, but I'm just talking about literally using it, using money to lose. Or sorry, using money to learn, right? Anyways, so yeah, before I forget, guys, by the way, I literally I changed the description on the YouTube channel right now on the video. Why? Because I made it better on easier for those who want to literally jump in and make an account on weeks very quickly, because obviously we only got 4 days remaining. It says 3 and 22 hours, but it is technically this fourth day where there's only 22 hours. I say only, but it's like most of the day is still remaining. All right, we just started our third day, but we still have 4 days left. All right, so for anybody that want to catch up and join the 24 participant into the trading competition, if you had made an account with me previously, just jump immediately to the second step on the description, go to the competition link, and make sure that you're signed in, not signed up, signed in within your account that you made with me. It has to be an account on weeks that was made under me, and then just scroll lower. You'll see this button. It will turn from register now into registered. If once you click on it, you'll count as the 25th participant on the trading competition. But if you're telling me, oh, I want to make an account, I haven't done or made an account before, just go on the first link or the first sign up. I said, the first step, sign up if you did not. All right, just click on this. That will take you to the sign up page immediately, where you got my own referral code, which is QLWL. All you have to do is just put your email on. They will ask you for a password, and that's basically it. No KYC is required, so you can literally do it in under 4 minutes if you're really quick. All right, after you do the account, deposit if you want to, and then go back to the second link or second step, where that will take you obviously to the trading competition. Just click on register. So if someone doesn't have an account, they'll need to make an account on the first step, then hit the register button. If you have made an account with me previously, go to the second step, and remember to hit the yellow button for it to turn from register now into registered. Obviously, the competition is very nice, because even if you're late, technically you're not at a disadvantage, because every single day is separate. Like, even though the competition says 4,200 USDT, right, as a price, but it is literally split into 7. So every single day it's $600 plus 100 from me, and every single day the ranking of the leaderboard is restarted, right? So a reset. So every single day, I think if I refresh, we're going to see a new ranking, because that was the one from yesterday. Yeah, as you can see, so literally right now we only got 2 traders on the new ranking. So every single day it's a new competition. You can literally get the first place on one day, and that will get you actual USDT, which is $200 plus 100 from me, right? Because I'm also giving away to the winner. So, and that doesn't mean that you can get it on the second day. Like, maybe someone can dominate today, other one can get it another day. So every single day, top 5 will change depending on who traded more, all right, and was a better trader. And I think that was enough talking about it. Anyways, need to control size, using smaller amounts, less trauma. Exactly. Like, if you're losing sleep just because you have a trade open, that would tell me that you either don't have a stop loss on, and most probably, obviously both of them are like probably true, but also you will probably are trading with a higher margin or higher amount that you're ready to, or than you're ready to risk and lose. Sorry. So please, I know that's easy. Everybody tells you guys for legal reasons, don't trade with whatever you're ready to not risk or not lose. All right, only trade with the amount that you're ready to lose. But trust me, guys, I know that the saying sounds nice, but you have to do it. Like, I'm not saying it because I'm scared that you're going to sue me for some reason. I'm only saying it because, trust me, you'll end up losing your money. Like, even if the reason why most of you guys, even if you take my setups, you use a high amount of money or leverage, is because you feel the potential profit would be too low if you don't do so, right? But trust me, it's better to have low profit and low loss than big loss and sometimes very rarely high profits. Give me a second here. All right, thank you, guys. Anyways, so that's basically it for Ethereum. That's basically it for Bitcoin. If we go above 3100, then obviously, or 3,130, then maybe you can get a little pump on ETH. So please don't be selling. Hopefully I didn't make anybody like fearful today. We only spoke about potential stuff. So we're planning to maybe short if we get a nice like a nice rejection at 91.4. We possibly might be also planning to long if we get a nice bounce at 89 to 89.5. Potential long at 87, but please understand that losing 87, that would start the beginning of the problem. Now obviously, like, I'm only using my crystal ball, as Living Farman is calling it, but I'm not saying that we'll definitely go to 8078, but my technical view is this: if we lose this. But what, as someone has asked me, never ever short if I mention this, because I'll never tell you to short a support, and also I'll never ever tell you to long a resistance break. So this could happen, this can happen, but I'll never say this, or I'll never say this. We want to prepare for a potential long, so that if we go somehow to 97, we won't be in a position where we have to long very late, because sometimes this could happen, sometimes this could happen. All right. Anyway, so I don't want to make it too complicated, guys. And also, before I forget, lots of the viewers are not joined into or in the free Telegram channel. Literally yesterday, guys, I made a quick video with my phone, and that was the first time we're testing it out. If it works, then I might be actually posting more videos, like more little videos that are filmed with my phone on the Telegram channel, right? So if someone wants to keep up with me and like keep up with every single like update that I give out for free, obviously it's not a signals group. I'm not going to literally post and immediately send a signal for every single trade, but at least that is a nice way of actually being closer to me, and also being closer to the updates and how my trades and setups and TA is doing and is like changing on a hourly basis. All right, so if you want to do so, we got the free Telegram channel. Nothing is like too important. I'll never beg you to join. It's only for those who for those who don't know that it exists. That's why I mention it from time to time. FG said, yes, for build your wallet with time. That's smart, yeah. Unfortunately, there's a guy in East Europe who unalived himself because he lost $70 million in the liquidation cascade. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's very sad, to be honest. And that's why trading can be either an actual skill or a way for you to gamble your money, right? That's totally honest. If you don't have a structure, if you're not learning, if you're not building, if you're not treating it as an income, right, then you're essentially gambling. Like, if you have $10,000 to trade with, and you're not happy with you making $2,000 with it, for example, a month, even a month, all right, then you want to gamble with it, because turning 10,000 to 12,000 just by trading in 1 month, you have essentially made 20%. I'll bet you that you won't be able to turn 20% in a year. You lose your money. Trading is very hard, guys. So don't think that $2,000 a month is not good. You have literally made 20%, right? If someone asks you how much you've made, tell them I made 20% a month, not $2,000, because 20% is where the skill is, right? First of all, and also, like, think about it this way: like, you could have had a job and made more or less, though. So like, actually treat it as an actual skill and an actual income, or a business, for example. Like, obviously a business, if you use $10,000 to start a business, most likely you won't be getting 20% a month, or maybe 20%, or little, or as you can see, the camera's off. Anyways, it's going to be turning off now, right? So anyways, hopefully you got the idea. Like, you think about trading as an actual business or an actual skill that you're actually trying to build. Don't be randomly doing stuff and not being patient. You want to turn somehow the 10K into 100K. That's not realistic. You're not Warren Buffett, and even Warren Buffett won't be able to do that. So please have realistic expectations. Now, you can have unrealistic expectations. Be my guest. You're free to do so. You're in a free country, or even if you're not, all right, your thoughts are free, all right? But trust me, that would be acting against you mentally and also factually and monetarily. You'll end up losing your money very, very quickly. Thank you guys for showing up. I think that the camera turning off was a nice way of ending things off. Anyways, I want to lastly mention the competition for those who want to participate, guys. Obviously, like, hundreds of you guys have made an account with me, so all you have to do is just go to the second step immediately and just hit the register button. But if someone wants to make an account and haven't yet made one, then obviously you gotta go on the step one, sign up, and then go back to this page and register. You gotta make sure that once you make an account and go back to this page, once you click on this button, the register now button, that will make you the 25th participant. Or obviously you can do it once we have gotten 25, and then just check that you had this number went up by 1 after you pressed on the yellow button, and then you're free to go back to the futures page, trade. Hopefully you'll win first, second, third, fourth place, or even fifth, or you can be the lucky winners. One of the 8 lucky winners on a daily basis that get $10. All right, not $10,000. Alright, so that would be it for today. Please trade cautiously and also be safe, guys. I'm going to hopefully catch you tomorrow. I might go crazy by doing a live tomorrow, but I cannot promise you. Please don't get used to it, because I don't want to let you guys down if I don't live stream next weekend. Anyway, so thank you guys for showing up, and thank you for your kind words and questions and comments.